Hi.
What do you got?
I was wondering, can you prove to me that God doesn't exist? Because I can just ask you the same question. I don't think you can.
I'm not
That's
here to prove
asking me to
God
prove
doesn't
that God does
exist.
exist, which I can't do, but you can't prove the opposite. So it's
We,
like
we,
we're
we,
both,
we
it's kind of a
can,
stupid argument. I don't know
sir,
what you're doing.
sir, can you stop? Okay. Depending on the claim that you're making about God, we can disprove it. If you claim that God is a square circle, that's not possible. That's not possible.
You can't
Okay?
prove that
So,
God's not
yes, we
real.
can. If your God entails logical inconsistencies, we can debunk it. We can disprove your God.
Like what?
Like the omniparadoxes, the problem of evil, the divine hiddenness, right? These are problems with a God that most people believe in. Okay?
My point is that
So
you can't prove
we
that
can
he's
get,
not real.
oh my God, it's like you didn't listen to anything I just told you.
No, I did, but what I'm saying is
No,
you
no,
can't prove the contrary.
you're not
You're asking me to
understanding,
prove something
sir.
that I can't
You're
prove, but
not,
that's why
stop.
faith exists.
You're not understanding what I just said. If you believe in a square circle, that is not possible. Logically speaking, it's not possible. If you believe in a God who defies logic, that is not possible. We can disprove that God. We can disprove it. Yes, we can disprove your God. Yes, we can disprove it. So, if the claims that you're making about your God are testable or verifiable, then you might have an option there. You might have a case. So either give the evidence or go away, because I don't feel like
Okay,
just
well, I get what you're saying, but my point is that you can't really take into account physics if you're talking about something that's like not true, right? Or science. So it is possible. It's just like he would have to defy physics, which if you believe in God, I guess is possible.
nope, you can't just say it's possible when you can't demonstrate that it's possible.
Bro, can you explain why you're such a stuck-up asshole, dude? Like, it's kind of insane. Like, people are trying to, like, you're just ripping on people for their belief systems and
Yeah, you
being,
could.
like, a total, like, negligent atheist for no reason. Like, you can be.
People's beliefs are killing people. People's lives are on the line. Look at what's happening in Israel right now. It's because of Islam and it's because of the Bible. Look at what your beliefs can do to our society. Every day, people are getting kicked out of their households because of their atheism or because they come out as LGBT. Eh, Look at what you're doing. You're voting against abortion rights. You're voting against gay rights, LGBT rights, gay marriage, right? You're voting against trans rights. Look at what your belief can do. Look at what your belief can do. It can harm our world. Are you looking around? I'm doing this for a reason. Your beliefs can be harmful and toxic. Your belief says I should burn. For what? For what? What am I going to burn for? That's the problem with your belief. Your belief says I should die, that I'm too dumb to think for myself, so I need a Bible. Your belief says that I don't have morality, so I have to read a Bible to know if it's wrong to murder or not. That's your belief. That is pathetic. It is mockery. Your belief is mocking me. Your belief insults me. Your belief is taking away my rights. Your belief is destroying our society. Your belief is causing wars. Don't come up here and say I'm the bad guy, because I'm the one simply asking for evidence. Oh, I'm the bad guy. Oh, I'm so rude because I'm asking for evidence. Grow up and give me evidence for your stupid belief. And yes, it's stupid. Get over it. It's a belief. It's a belief. Beliefs are not sacred. Your belief is not sacred. No belief is, especially not yours. So stop pretending as if I can't touch your belief. Well, who are you to say that your God's not real? Grow up and realize that you live in a society where people care about truth. Maybe you don't, but the rest of us do. So give me evidence or go away.
Hello?
Hey, what do you got?
Wait, what'd you say? Sorry.
What do you got today?
I just think that,
Okay. So, see, this is another problem. Look at the hatred. Look at the bigotry. Look at the racism that religion fosters. Look at the divisiveness that religion fosters. This is my land. Let me bomb you because this is my land. This Bible says it's my land. I get to murder. I get to kill because you're different people. I'm the chosen one. Look at how divisive this is. Look at how toxic your belief is. And I know it hurts you because it's the most fundamental thing you believe in. But maybe it's okay for your beliefs to be criticized. Maybe it's okay to be wrong. Because maybe when you're wrong, you're harming people. And maybe you can change. Maybe. If you would just listen.
Okay, do you know what? I understand you, yeah?
No. You're going to give arguments for God or go away.
Okay. So you're basing it off of my God is imaginary, right? But then do you know when you say you want proof?
Yes, what is your argument for God, sir? What is your argument for God?
My argument is, how do you know that there's no God? Like, what's your evidence? Like, how can you tell me there's no God? Like,
okay. When we use the word God, it's a very ambiguous word. It means a billion different things to a billion different people. There is no such thing as God. It's just a word, right? There's nothing we can point to and say that this is God or not. It's just a word. It means nothing. It's like saying snuffleupagus. How do you prove that snuffleupagus isn't real? Like, that's a stupid question. That's not really what I'm claiming here. What I'm saying is, it seems to me that there is no evidence. There's no reason to believe in this so-called God. That's all I'm saying here, because there's no evidence.
so like, if we do give evidence to you, then you're gonna start believing.
Yeah, if you can give evidence of God, I'll believe. Let's hear it.
Have you ever read the Quran? Have you read it?
I did read it, and it's mythology.
The whole thing?
Yeah, the whole Quran is garbage. It's mythology.
But you read all of it, yeah?
Adam and Eve, Noah's Ark, stars falling from the sky, the firmament.
I think you're talking about the Bible.
It's stupid.
Are you talking about the Bible? You read the Bible, not the Quran, though.
They're both stupid books, sir. What is your evidence for God?
Okay, when you say stupid, you can't say stupid, bro. Because if there's a reason why there's many people following religion. No, but listen.
Sir,
just let me land my point.
Stop it. I get to criticize your little book.
No,
of garbage.
of course you can. Of course you can. But just let me.
Book. It's a book. Relax.
Okay, let me finish my point. Let me finish my point. Then you can say what you want. I'm saying.
Wait. So what is your evidence of God?
It's bro. Same way you're coming up here saying da 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 da. I'm saying, where's your evidence that there's no God?
You're making the claim, sir.
You can't say nothing.
Making the claim that God is real.
My evidence is my book, bro. You have no evidence that there's no God.
Okay, so where in the book is evidence? Where in your book is evidence of this God?
You believe a scientist, bro.
No, I don't believe scientists.
You don't believe science. What do you believe in?
The facts that are demonstrable.
Okay, well, how do we come to this earth? Like, how were we, like, what happened? Did someone just shut us up?
Some magic cosmic space Uber that dropped us off.
So you believe in that?
Sir,
what do you
we don't know if we came to the earth. That doesn't make any sense. We didn't come into existence. We could have always existed in some way. We don't need a maker. We don't need a God. We don't need a creator. We don't need a Allah garbage. We don't need that. So
there's no such thing as the first person on earth?
No.
No. So we've always been there.
No, again.
So do you approve?
This is why I highly suggest you learn science.
I highly suggest you read the Quran, bro.
Hold on. Let me explain something to you.
Go on.
There is no first person because evolution works generationally. not individually. So if we went back in time, we would not see a first person. What we would see is a population of hominids that resembled our ancestors. And there was no one day where the first person emerged. That's never happened, because evolution is always changing, always happening. Small incremental changes over time. That's what evolution means. And it's not, there's no first person.
There's no first person.
No.
But obviously, we don't know if that's true though.
We absolutely do know it's true, sir. It has
Because
to.
I'm gonna be honest with you, yeah? As a religious person myself, yeah, there's things I doubt. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. But you coming on here saying that there's no God, bro, come on. If there's many people that believe in a book,
I don't give a shit if a billion
of
people
course
believe in
you
God.
won't
It's
give a
still
shit.
baseless. I don't
get
care
that.
how many people
I get
believe
that.
in this shit.
But listen.
It's still bad. It's still wrong, and
It's like not believing in something that most people believe in. There must be
I
a
don't
reason
care.
behind it, no?
I don't care, sir. I care about the truth. That's it. I don't care about believing in
What
something that
truth is
everybody
there?
else does to
Who
fit
else
in.
is gonna?
I
What
don't
else
care
can you
about
worship?
fitting in. I don't care about fitting in. I care about
I understand
evidence
that.
and data and facts.
Can I ask you a question? What's your ethnicity? Like, what's your background? Like, what did you grow up with? What religion?
Hey, what do you got? Most intelligent theist. Amazing. Thank you for the galaxies, Cap.
Wait, yo, can you hear me?
Yep, what do you got?
All right. So the first book ever made was the Bible. First off, we all know that. First religion ever made. Everything in the Bible makes sense. Where do you get
No,
your
sir,
rights
that
and
is
wrongs from?
absolutely
Where do you get your
false.
rights and wrongs from?
That is absolutely false,
Where
sir.
do you get
How
your
about
rights
the
and wrongs
Vesta,
from?
which predates the Bible? How about that?
It's the first book.
Well, how about the Vesta that predates it? How about the Egyptians?
The Egyptians used the Bible.
No, they didn't.
Where do you know? People were
They
raping.
had books before the Bible. They
Hold
had
on.
books before the Bible, sir.
Okay,
But by the way,
everybody
But sir,
was
by the way,
raping their cousin.
sir, stop. Who gives it? Even if that was true, which is not, who cares? It's just a book. It doesn't make it true.
Before the
what is
Bible, everybody was raping their
What is
cousin.
the evidence that God exists?
Okay. Marriage. Marriage is God's concept, and you know how much good things came out of marriage? The Bible made marriage.
Marriage
Before marriage,
predates Christianity, sir.
everybody was raping their cousins.
No, sir,
Yeah,
sir.
before then, everybody was fucking animals.
Marriage predates Christianity. Number one. Number two,
No, it doesn't.
you believe in Adam and Eve.
Yes.
How did Adam and Eve make children? Incest.
Yeah. 100%. You think you thought I was going to disagree with that? No, that's exactly what happened. Yeah.
That's
And then
okay.
how a whole
There's many
civilization got made.
reasons. There's many reasons why that's wrong. Because incest would not possibly lead to the genetic diversity we see today. It wouldn't be possible. So there's many reasons as to
definitely
why
is.
what you just said is incorrect. But go ahead, and I'd love to see the evidence that God exists.
Yeah, I will. So, what do you believe in dinosaurs?
Yes, we have their fossils, sir. We have dinosaur fossils.
Okay, where are the real dinosaur bones at?
In laboratories.
Because every museum is made out of
laboratories.
lab bones and plastics.
Yeah, the reason why we don't have real bones in every museum on the planet is because they're expensive and they're rare. The real bones are in laboratories, and some are in museums, but most of them are in laboratories, which you've never been in before. We can tell you've never been in a science lab before.
Yeah. Okay, why is every
learn about science? You realize that we have fossils, and I actually have handled many fossils of tribalites and things like that. We have the fossils. They're just in universities and labs. You just have to go to one before you can say they don't exist.
Why is every dinosaur bone found in all different parts of the world, South Asia, South Africa, wherever, and is always found by just a white guy?
That's
every dinosaur bone.
Utterly that's utter nonsense.
Is always found by like the same people.
The Indonesians, the Chinese, they have discovered many
and
fossils.
They look a lot like giant bones. I've never seen like them actually find like
this is utter nonsense. I'm asking for evidence of a God.
That's evidence. Look it up. Why is the first
evidence of God is that the first book was the Bible and that dinosaurs were made by white guys?
All the dinosaur bones were found by white guys. No, but check this out.
I'm sorry. That's ridiculous. That is utterly embarrassing.
I just want to know why God doesn't stop cancer.
Good question. I don't know. I don't know.
What's up, Mike?
Hey, what do you got?
What do I got? You want evidence?
Sure.
Because that's what you're looking for, right?
Sure.
All right. What's your evidence?
Are you serious? My evidence
Yeah,
for what?
that there isn't a God.
Well, sure, your God's too dumb to exist. No intelligent God would make and design the human body, which gets cancer and disorders and mutations and fucked up eyes and fucked up ears
Okay, you know
and
where
a
that
fucked
comes
up
from?
digestive
It's God
system.
gave.
No God
God
would
doesn't.
design that shit.
Listen, Mike. God isn't going to come down to you and show you that He's here. It doesn't work that way. He's not going to do it just for you.
So then where's your
He
evidence
can
of
if
God?
He wants to.
Then
He
where's your
can, but
evidence
He's
of
not
God?
going to do it.
Where's your evidence, man?
Because. Jesus.
Bye-bye. Pray that your baby gets quieter.
Mike, I just want
What?
to say you do care, because if you didn't care, you wouldn't be getting on here asking for evidence. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah. How old are you?
I'm 18.
What year were you born?
2005.
What's a W-2?
I know what a W-2 is, but I don't have to tell you that. You're asking why
What is
God.
it? What is it? What is it?
It's a form for getting a job when you go and get a job.
Okay, close enough. Now go ahead and tell us, what is the evidence of God?
I don't have to tell you that.
Why not? You're going to be dishonest?
No, but I don't have to tell you that. If you want to know, go find out.
How do I
Tell
do
us why
that?
God is not real.
How do I find out?
I don't know. Go find out. You're not going to find out on TikTok asking regular people.
Listen, ma'am, do you believe in God?
Yes, I do.
Okay, how do you know God exists?
I'm not going to tell you that. Like,
Okay, have a good day then.
thank
Hey, what do you got?
People out here, if you believe in a God, the burden of proof lies on you if you're making that.
Hey,
Hey,
what do you got?
hey. Can you hear me?
Yep, what's your evidence?
Yeah. So, well, first I'm just going to clear up, right? I used to be an atheist. I'm kind of working on religion. I'm not 100% there yet, but we're going to go with it. First, I want to clear up the fact that anyone here who says that you can ultimately prove there isn't a God, you can't prove a negative for all these people.
Sir, please, we don't want to hear your garbage. What is your evidence of God? Let's hear it. Let's hear your evidence.
Right. But again, this is my point. The question's misleading because surely the whole point of faith and religion is the word is faith.
Okay. And faith is the opposite of evidence. Faith is when you have no evidence. So thanks for conceding you have no evidence of God. All you have is faith, which is useless in every sense. Next. That was easy.
Oh, hello.
What do you got?
I just wanted to say that Christianity is brainwashing and it's not real and it never has been real and it is just there to control you and put you in a box.
No, I joined your live before. And I just want to say you're a freaking idiot because God is real.
Great. So what's your evidence?
You keep saying God is imaginary, but that's your own opinion. You can't prove that.
Great. So what is your
That's
evidence
your
of
own
God?
opinion.
Because I don't see any evidence.
Well, my evidence is that I've seen him. So yeah, that's pretty much all the evidence I need. I've seen God.
You seen God?
Yeah.
Is he white? Is he black? What is he?
No, he worked in my life, and that's all I got to tell you. That's all you need to
What in
know.
your life? What was he? Was he your firefighter? Was he a plumber?
Yeah, he was.
Sir,
So my thing
sir,
is
how do
you
you know
you
you
you don't
felt,
believe in God
sir,
because God hasn't worked in your life. You can't
sir,
base that on others.
sir? How do you know God worked in your life?
Because I witnessed it.
How do you know you witnessed God, sir?
Because I saw him, like I said.
How do you know you saw God?
Because I felt it, dude. I know it was God. You don't have. There's no
Okay.
like.
How
What
did
are you
you
trying to
know
say
you
here?
felt God and not some other kind of feeling?
Because I've never got that feeling before. It's hard to describe. You can't describe the feeling.
The first time I had sex, I never felt that before. Does that mean that God's real?
No, that means you encountered sex. But I'm saying I encountered God.
Okay.
So
Sir, I'm asking you a simple question. How do you know the feeling that you got was actually from God and not just from your own self?
dude, I can't. How am I going to explain that? Can you explain it? Can you give me an example of how you would explain that? What you just said.
I'm not asking you to demonstrate the feeling. What I'm saying is, how do you know it came from God and not your own body?
When I felt the feeling, I saw God
What do
Himself.
you mean? What do you mean you saw God? What do you mean you saw him with your eyes?
Yes, with my eyes.
Okay, what does he look like?
He's a white. That's all I have to tell you.
He's
A
white?
white. I didn't say he was. I said he's a white.
The creator of the universe is white? He's a
He's a
white
light.
guy?
He's a white light. Okay,
Like a
that's
light?
all I have to say to you.
Okay, I think I see him. He's in my ceiling fan. Wait,
You can crack jokes
he's in
all
my
you want.
refrigerator. He's in my refrigerator now. Oh no.
You can
Sir.
crack jokes all you want, but I saw what I saw, and I know what I saw. So, therefore, your opinion doesn't matter. Your opinion never matters, and that's why you get on this life because you're an irrelevant
Wait,
being.
this is cute, sir, but I'm asking you a
You're
simple question.
irrelevant, bro. Nobody
How do
cares
you
about you, and
know,
it's sad.
sir,
It's sad that you get on here for attention. So sad.
stop. How do you know what you saw, this light you saw, was actually a God and not just something
Because I
else? Like
saw the other, bro. It's literally in the Bible that you could see God in your dreams, and I saw Him in my dream.
it was a dream? It was a dream? Oh, man. It just gets better and better. Better and better. Hello?
Hello?
What do you got?
Wait, Alright. So why do you believe that God's imaginary? What made you think that? Like, I'm just asking, like, without any disrespect or nothing like that, but like
The overwhelming lack of evidence and the fact
there
that
is so
nobody
much
here.
evidence if you search it up. There's literally so
Okay,
much.
great. Let's hear it. What's the evidence for God?
Okay, well, like, honestly, like, other than photographic stuff that you could search up, there's, like, a reason for everything. Like, obviously, like, when you're thinking, like, okay, everything depends on, like, everything has a creator. Like, when we think, like, okay, something was, like, we're so complex, we can't just be made from, like, where do you think we came from?
We evolved.
We evolved from what?
Amino acids, proteins, lipids, phosphates, and DNA. Molecules.
Okay, but how can molecules create something so complex?
Chemistry.
Like,
It's called chemistry.
chemistry. What chemistry proves that we were created from molecules?
Organic chemistry. Literally organic chemistry.
So you're saying that we were basically made from things that aren't alive?
Yes. Your body is made of non-living things.
Yeah,
Life
but
is an
it's all
emergent
coming from a
process.
source. It's all coming from a source. We can't just be made from anything that doesn't, like... Okay, I don't understand,
Okay.
like, how you think non-living things made humans, like...
Because non-living things make up cells, and life is a process that emerges from these non-living things. It's called organic chemistry, right? It's called basic biology. And what it demonstrates is that simple organic molecules or complex organic molecules can come together and form cells, and these cells can multiply, divide, and split, and become
Okay, so
more
what
cells.
happens when we
That's
die?
life.
Just nothing ends? Like, we don't go anywhere? Just disappear?
How old are you?
What does my age have to do with this?
Okay. When you die, you rot away. There's no evidence that you go somewhere else.
Mike, what up, man?
What do you got?
Ready to go at it again? So
What's
yeah,
your argument?
God is definitely not imaginary.
What is your argument? What is your argument?
I'll continue what she was saying from the last thing, but I think I could comprehend it better. You know what I mean? So what were y'all saying?
Hurry up.
I'm trying to get to it. So y'all were saying, like, we evolved over time. I mean, we 100% could have, but I still think, I mean, I'm not sure what way we were created, but at the same time, I mean, yeah, 100% it could be true. But how do we, like, develop over time like that without instruction?
Okay, when you finish eating, come back, okay? And by the way, you asking questions to me is not an argument. But nice try. All right, see the next victim in here? Hello? Hey, what do you got? Come on up, guys, if you disagree. If you got evidence of God. Keep tapping to get to 100K. A little bit.
Yeah, skibbity whiz. God is good. God.
Hey, you can hear me?
Yeah, what do you got?
Okay. I'd just like to preface my, I guess, argument or whatever. So there's three particular types of proof that that I understand that people are gonna use, which is the scientific proof, biblical proof, and then there's a third type of proof that I just want to use, which is called logical. And so, when it comes to that, there's three particular things that I kind of want to outline. And when it comes to that, in the sense of logical proof, when it comes to a proof of existence of God, we have every human, I guess, puts forth this like sense of purpose, a sense of will, and a sense of that was a third word, but basically, yeah, a sense of purpose and a sense of will. And so right off of that, I would like to say there's not necessarily any type of I don't know, scientific, I don't know, proof for the existence of that. However, we can all agree on the fact that every human on this earth exhibits a sense of purpose and a sense of will. And so there's no, well, let me take a step back. With that being said, you can't just already assume that everything about our humane existence is founded on science. However, me being in college, I'll continue. Me being a student in college, I sincerely believe that science is a very big, substantial part of our existence.
Okay, stop. Please stop.
Go ahead.
You just rambled for the last minute, sir. I gave you plenty of time, and you have not given us a single piece of evidence. All you said is we have purpose. Great. We can ground purpose in our minds, in our brains. Purpose is just what we enjoy, what we like to do. That's all it means. And we can ground that with our brains. So
That's my thing.
What is your
That's
evidence
my
of God
exact
now?
point.
What is your actual
So
evidence? What is your
my point
actual
that I'm
evidence of God?
saying that you're interrupting is that our sense of purpose is not explained by science. So with that being said, you're asking for scientific proof of God.
That's a claim. That's a
Therefore,
claim, sir.
with that being said,
that is a claim. Back it up. Back it up. Back it up.
Okay, what's up?
What is your evidence that science cannot explain purpose?
The fact that you cannot offer any type of scientific, I don't know, equation that explains why your purpose is the way it is, because even by putting this live together with
That's not
1.6
what I
thousand
said, sir. I
people,
said this. Why can't science explain why we have purpose and why we, as people, claim that we have purposes? Could it be our prefrontal cortex? Could it be our limbic system in the brains? Isn't it possible that it's a brain thing?
no, I believe, well, I mean, yes, in a sense, it can happen to do with our brains. However, I believe purpose in its purest essence.
Great, good. There you go. There you go. So it could come from the brain. It's possible.
That's not what I said.
So you can't say that science can't explain it because
That's not what I said.
that's a claim that you just agreed is ridiculous.
I think you're misconstruing
Now,
what I just said.
more importantly, how do you know that God gives you purpose?
That's not what I said either.
So you don't know if God gives you a purpose.
And that's not a claim that I've made, so you can't hold me to that yet.
Great. So where do you think purpose comes from?
Why are you asking me that? I'm here to tell you that God is not imaginary, and I'm trying to make a point, but you're not letting.
Okay. Next.
So, can I know your evidence first, so I can like debunk that?
How old are you?
I am 14.
We're on, bro.
Hey, what's up? I just wanted to ask you why we shouldn't believe in God.
There's no evidence for it. Do you have any fucking evidence?
Yeah, it's called the Holy Spirit. It's called people that don't get on. How many people you know? How do you get off drugs? How does a man get off drugs?
Hey, sir, I have a question for you, though.
Oh my gosh, guys.
No, listen to me, please. I am not Christian or anything like that, and I used to be.
I'm not here to hear stupid sob stories. People can get off addictions without magic wizards helping them, right? It's called neuroscience. Anybody can do it. It's possible. I don't need God. There are many obstacles I went through in my life without magic gods helping me. It's called you overcome things on your own. I don't need God.
Hey. So I'm just genuinely curious why you are sitting on live doing this when everybody tries to explain something, you immediately cut them off if you don't agree with it and end their discussion.
Okay, great. So give us evidence of God.
There's been about 99 people that just tried, and as soon as they say something
So
you don't agree with,
let's hear your evidence then.
and as soon as I start speaking, you're gonna end it. So I have no interest in that. I'm just curious why you sit here all day trying to make money off of a discussion that you're not even letting anybody discuss with you. How does that make any sense?
Ma'am, do you
And
have
then
the
you're
evidence?
saying religion is toxic, but you're sitting here belittling and degrading every single person who disagrees with you.
How am I degrading you?
There was a guy who got on here who agreed with you, and the first thing he said, something that you didn't agree with about science, you started telling him he was stupid.
No,
You
I
started
never.
belittling
No, I
him.
did not.
Yes, you did.
No, I did not.
I've been
No.
recording this whole.
No. I never called any person stupid. I called the things he did and believes in stupid. That's a different. The belief is stupid, not the person. I never said anybody here was stupid. Stop claiming that. Now, give us evidence of God. I'm giving you a chance here. I'm giving you a chance to explain your evidence for God. Please go ahead. Let's hear your evidence for God. Please, just get to the data. Get to the evidence and the facts. Come on, man. Please just give us the evidence. This is why I don't let people yap and talk, because it never goes anywhere. It's not a... Thank you for the gifts, Cat. Come on, man. Please unmute yourself. We can't hear you. It's not that hard to just come up and give evidence. It shouldn't be this hard. Maybe God doesn't actually exist, and you guys are having a hard time because there is no evidence. Hello?
Hello. So, what do you think about like just our overall conscience, like knowing when we did something bad, like our conscience tells us it's wrong, like Murphy's Law, like just karma. You do a bad thing, you're going to pay
Yeah,
tenfold.
every animal has a sense of this. Every animal has a sense of morality, not just humans. Chimps, dolphins, elephants, giraffes, lions all have a sense of,
Lions
what
do
is
not,
good or bad. Everybody has
lions
a
do
sense of
not
this.
worry. Lions do not worry about doing something wrong. No.
Oh, they do. They do. Chimps, of course, I'm not saying that they have the exact same thoughts as we, but they do have a very primitive sense of morality. Every animal does. And this is because we all have limbic systems. We all have reptilian brains and limbic systems, which allow us to understand right from wrong.
We're
And what that
reptilians?
means,
We're reptilians now?
no. Do you know what a reptilian brain is? It means the subconscious.
Okay.
Okay.
Alligator brain.
So the point is that we have brain systems which allow us to gauge what we prefer or what we don't prefer. That's it. It's
No.
called neuroscience. It's not God.
Well, that's true. However, I know dolphins do not feel bad if they accidentally hit another dolphin with their tail.
Well, I never said that they have the same exact morality as we do. But again, for example, we've observed chimps and bonobos helping each other get food. We've observed elephants help their young, right, cross a river. These are keen senses of morality in other animals. So what you're trying to say is baseless. It's moot.
Well, what you're saying is baseless because, if you walked by and actually bumped an old lady, you'd be like, oh my gosh, sorry about that. Animals don't do that.
They do. By the way, we are animals. And again, other chimps do care. They have hierarchies and they have a social hierarchy like we do.
Chimps,
Other apes do, they do care.
You go to the zoo, the chimps jacking off in the freaking window. Come on. We're not.
So do people. People do that all the time, man.
No, they do. No, they're not in front of windows with people walking by.
Yes, look at Pee Wee Herman. Look at Laura Bobart a couple weeks ago in that movie theater.
Rest in peace, Pee Wee. Rest in peace.
Does that mean that because we are less, we do things less than the animals, therefore we're not animals, or that the animals are different than us? No, we are animals, and we share similar senses of morality.
I agree to that. I just think that the conscious is way different than animal. The human conscious, we don't eat one another. We don't eat our own shit. We don't. Unless you're Jeffrey Dahmer.
Ma'am, do you know that we're animals?
Do you know that we're human?
Do you know that humans are animals?
Correct. But we are not sitting in the zoo.
Okay, great.
Right now.
So you recognize that we are animals, ma'am?
Where's the other species of chimps and apes that look like us? Where's the chimps with beards?
Bonobos.
Bonobos?
Orangutans, gorillas, yes. They act just like us in many ways. Now, what's your point here?
I just said we all have that thought in our head that if we do something wrong, we know it's wrong.
Yeah, it's called the brain.
Not true. My dogs have a brain. That doesn't mean they don't shit on the rug.
Okay, let me explain something real quick to you. The other animals have a sense of right and wrong. It is not as keen as ours. We, of course, have more complex brain chemistry. Of course. We're capable of more complex thoughts. But it would be ridiculous to say that no other animal has any sense of right or wrong because we observe their behaviors. We observe dogs helping other dogs. You can watch video upon video of dogs helping others who are having seizures. You can find videos of dogs protecting their owners or protecting other dogs. You can find videos of elephants helping their young. You can find videos of chimpanzees sharing food, going out of their way to share food with one another who is sick. These are all prime examples of morality in animals. So do you agree that every other animal, most other animals, have senses of morality?
Yeah, but not anything
Okay.
like we do.
Okay, great.
Schroeder's cat. What about Schroeder's cat?
So we can agree that morality can be derived from something brain, right? From something in our brains. Do you agree?
Yes.
Great. So you don't need God. So now your argument resorts to, I
No,
have a claim that morality comes from God, and that's now your claim that you have to support with evidence. Where's your evidence?
because without God is like red lights. If we didn't have them, we'd all be plowing into one another.
How do you know that?
Because that's just the way it
That's
is.
a great argument, man, but where's your actual argument here?
Morality is not instinctual.
It absolutely is. It
Where's
absolutely
your
is
proof of that?
instinctual. I just got done explaining to you that other animals have morality, man. I just
Not
got done
to the
explaining.
extent of us, though.
I agree. But the point is that they also have morality. It is instinctual. We evolved to be moral. We evolved to care about our young. We evolved to care about other animals.
Influenced by God.
Maybe instinctual is a word we use to explain influence of God.
That's a nice claim you're making that your husband gave to you. But I'm asking for actual evidence, right? Data that can falsify what you just claimed. I can say, just as you said, oh, maybe God's influencing, maybe Cat in the Hat is influencing us. Maybe Snuffleupagus monster is influencing us. Anybody can make these stupid claims. I'm asking for evidence.
Well, I gave it to you.
All right, husband's jumping in here if I
No,
may.
you didn't. You have not given any evidence today at all. I'm asking for data, falsifiable data.
So the husband's going to jump in here, may I? Since you had brought me up.
If you have evidence, sure.
Well, here's my question to you. So I'm sure you are most definitely aware of the thought experiment of Schrodinger's cat.
Correct.
So there, if you the argument that you make, you're trying to prove that something exists inside a box or may not exist. So I mean, you can't disprove or prove the existence of God because you don't have evidence.
So
Same as the cat.
This is a complete red herring. What you just said makes no relevant sense to the argument at hand. We know that Schrodinger's cat has nothing to do with morality. It has to do with quantum superposition. What I'm talking about is this. What makes you say morality must come from God? What makes you say that?
Morality is, yes, it's instinctual, but morality is far more complex than something that merely the resonance of electrons and cells and genetics can explain.
How do you know that?
How can you prove otherwise?
How do you know? Well, because we can measure brain states. We can measure the limbic. We know what the limbic system is capable of. We know what the prefrontal cortex is capable of, making decisions. Your brain can. We know that the brain can make decisions. So it's
so what you're saying is genetically we're all pre-programmed to have morality based upon the electrical activity and
we are programmed to have. We are programmed to have the precursors to morality. Yes.
So how did that evolve?
Well, again, the limbic system in the brain allowed us to process things like emotions and empathy for others. And in this, along with our logical sensory systems, allowed us to form coherent decisions as to what is beneficial for our tribes, what is beneficial for others, and that helped us evolve.
I understand your point. I do, but
okay, come back when you have a good argument. Okay.
Man, what's up, dog? You hear me?
Yeah, what do you got?
What's up, man? Hey, let me talk to you about something, dog. At what age you started sucking dick? You
When
look
your
gay
mom,
as hell. I'm just saying,
when your
what age
mom,
you started sucking dick?
yeah, when your mom actually did mine last night, it was pretty. It actually felt pretty good. Hey, what do you got? Hello?
Hello?
What do you got?
You think God is imaginary?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Go watch Barney. Just go watch Barney, please. Hey, what do you got?
You are dependent, right? You are dependent.
No, I'm not a dependent.
No, in life, you need to depend on something, correct?
What do you mean by that, sir? What do you mean by depending? It's very ambiguous.
You depend on something.
Like what?
Life in general. How do you think you came about?
Evolution?
Evolution. From?
Evolution is not a thing, it's a process.
Through?
It's called chemistry. Chemistry. It's basic science.
Can you point me to your most common ancestor?
Australopithecus afarensis.
But you said we were animals.
Yeah. What's your highest form of education? Okay. Have a good day. Go learn some science. How
How are you?
What do you got?
Would you say that whatever begins to exist, there's actually a cause for the existence of it?
Yeah, that doesn't mean so. I don't think anything begins to exist.
No. So let's say, I mean, someone had to create the telephone, right? It started to exist, correct?
No. So when we say creation in the colloquial sense, what we mean is assemblage, right? The phone that makes up, the stuff that makes up your phone, the plastics, the metals, these were assembled. These already existed in the world. We just assembled them into a phone.
Correct.
So
Okay.
when we say
I'll agree with
creation,
that statement.
so when we say creation, we mean ex materia, which is from pre-existing material. That's it.
And what I'm attempting to make a state here is whatever begins to exist, there has to be a cause of its existence.
Nothing ever comes into existence. It's all pre-existing.
It can be created, can it not?
What do you mean by creation? Ex materia or ex nihilo?
People can create materials to use your phone or laptop or whatever.
Great. And those and the plastics and the metals that make up my phone, they were always there, right?
And then there was something previously to mold to make them.
Right. So my point is that we took pre-existing stuff and assembled them.
Okay.
There's no creation from nothing. We didn't just take a magic wand and go poof and the phone.
Exactly. Perfect.
So what is your evidence that God created us?
So the universe began to exist, right? Therefore, the universe had to have a cause in and of itself.
We don't know that. Okay, so first of all, we don't know if the universe began to exist. But more importantly, even if it did, it doesn't mean God did it. There is a plethora of possible causes. A quantum field, quantum fluctuations, all could have caused our universe. So God is not even a possibility as far as I can see.
Okay, so if you're gonna say the universe, time, space, matter, and energy has always been, and that it's eternal, then the universe, I would say the universe did have a demonstrable beginning. So if you're gonna want to say the Big Bang, where all
No,
matter
no.
is,
So the Big Bang is not the beginning. The Big Bang is simply a phase the universe goes through. But if
Mhm.
something's eternal, existing in all times and spaces, then that means there was no beginning by definition. It was always there.
Okay, so even the multiverse theory does not resolve the issue of the beginnings,
Okay.
correct?
Are you listening to what I'm saying, sir? Please listen closely.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
If the universe is infinite, there was no beginning. Do you agree?
I would agree with if that was an accurate statement.
Okay, great. So how do you know that the universe began and that God caused it?
I would strongly state that the universe exhibits designs and there's evidence for design.
Where's your evidence of design?
So the fact of several different things, the number of stars, the Garant birth date, the parent star's age, the
How do you
distance
know?
from
How
the
do you know
center
this
of
is
the
the? How do you know this
galaxy.
is design? How do you know those are all designed and not just products of nature?
Because we wouldn't be able to exist if they weren't at the position that they're at.
Who cares? Neither would
No, who cares? I
apes.
think you and
Neither
me
would
and everyone would
cancer.
care.
Well,
So from
sir,
a
I'm
more
asking. I'm
recent,
asking you. Look.
go
Listen.
ahead. Yeah, I'm sorry.
We don't know if there's any other way the universe could have been. It's it's possible that this is the only way the universe was, and in that sense, there was no other way. Or if there are other ways, maybe we are part of a spectrum of universes and we are just on one part of the spectrum and there's an infinite number of possible universes. In that sense, every universe would have the same probability of existing. So what makes you think that this universe is special? What makes you
Yeah,
think that we are special? That's my point here. What makes you think that
I'm
we are
answering that.
special?
Okay, so the from where we are, this Earth, the parent star distance from the center of galaxy, if it was greater, not enough heavy elements to make rock pound planets, or if it was less, then the radiation would be too great. Or we could look at the star
I
mass.
understand, sir, but that has no bearing on whether or not there's a God, because this
Well,
can be
no, you
hold
asked me.
on, hold on.
Yep, go ahead.
This can be explained by nature. There could be some gravitational reason as to physical reason as to why we are this way. And this doesn't mean that we are special. If the
Well,
sun or
can
the
you
star
please
was
prove
different,
that for me?
perhaps, hold on, perhaps another type of life would have emerged and not we.
But
So
now you're
how do you
saying
know?
perhaps on your
Hold
end.
on.
Okay, go ahead.
How do you know that we humans are the special ones out of all the possibilities? How do you know that we are the special ones? What makes you say that?
Well, we again, because if we were at of the other places outside of Earth, then we would not be able to consistently exist because of the oxygen.
But something else would exist, and not we. That's my point.
Yeah,
Why are you saying that we are special? Because this is the crux of your argument, that we are somehow special, that the universe was designed for us to exist. Well, if that's the case, then why is life so hard? Why is life so hard to come by on our planet, even on the Earth? Why can't I live on Mars? Why can't I live in space at all? What makes you think that the universe was designed for us and not something else? Why are we special?
okay. We're special and you're helping me. Thank you. Because God made us
No, no,
special.
no, no, no. That's not
And
what I asked
God
you. I
did
asked you,
this
why do you think we
amazing
are, what,
design.
stop.
Okay.
What makes you think that we are special?
What makes us special? Is that what you're asking me?
Why do you think that we are the special ones and no
Because
other possible universe is special?
because out of, I already explained this 3 times. I don't know, can you name the 7 continents? I don't know what's your education?
You can't argue with like a wall. You just can't. You can't argue.
Hello.
Hey, what do you got?
Okay. So, to me, this is like my belief. And I believe God is like source. So it's not like maybe like not what everyone says like in the Bible. It's more so like
Ma'am, hold on. How old are you?
I'm 22.
Okay, and what is your evidence for God?
Well, can you give me your evidence?
Of what?
Why God is like not real to you?
Because there's no evidence of it. The lack of evidence is evidence of absence.
Okay. I'm not necessarily saying that there like is evidence. I'm just hold on. Sorry. I'm really not good at talking. What I'm saying is basically like how you were saying like things come like they can't be like come into existence. They're just like assembled. But like hold on. I'm trying to think how to word this. Can I maybe join in a little bit so I can word this better? Because I did not expect to like be able to join this fast. Okay.
Okay, don't worry. It's going to be okay. Take a deep breath. You're going to make it. It shouldn't be this hard, guys, to give evidence for God. Shouldn't be this hard. You are obsessed with this. I'm obsessed with truth. I'm obsessed with learning. You're not. That's why you still believe in talking donkeys.
Hello?
Hey, what do you got?
Yeah, so I'm confused on how that y'all don't believe that God is real, but y'all believe in particles colliding in space to create a fucking planet.
Wait, what do you think the Big Bang was? Because that's not the Big Bang.
No, but I'm talking about way before that, because in other lives where you guys, reach for viewers and support that God is not real.
Sir, there is no before the Big Bang. What is your argument here?
Okay, so the particles that created us, they're infinity, right? They're infinite.
Okay. Nothing created us. Nothing.
Okay, so how? Go ahead.
We're made of particles, sir. That's a fact. And these particles can interact with each other. And over time, they become living beings like we. And they evolve and they change. They mutate. That's it. That's all we are. And this is purely understood by chemistry and science. There's no God required.
Okay, so before, right, you were saying that my bad. I'm fucking up now. But when you were talking to the guy before, the girl that just came on, he was saying that
Hey, what do you got?
Hello?
What?
Are you speaking to me? I'm not sure that I'm through. That's why I wondered. There's nothing that really tells me.
Yes, Sarah, you're
But
through.
you were in denial.
Really?
God is
I'm not
real.
swimming, but I'm not swimming though. I'm not in denial right now.
You are
I'm
in
in America.
denial
I'm in
of your
America. I'm not.
creator. And he wants you to know that in the next few days, he will show you.
Really?
Yes.
Little old me?
I am a chemical engineer. I have an advanced degree.
Oh my God.
So your scientific garbage gets you nowhere. I have met him. He has actually
It doesn't
saved
get
my
us
life.
phones. It doesn't get us cars. It doesn't get us rockets. It gets us nowhere. But this Bible here with
You would
ancient
have nothing
garbage,
without
it's
him.
all real.
You
Man,
would have nothing without him.
How do you know that?
Because I know him personally.
Oh, what color is he? Is he white? Is he black?
If I would have to say that he's white because I am a white woman. And when you grow up a little bit, you will be grateful that I talked to you today. God
Okay, ma'am.
bless you.
Well, tell your grandkids I said hello and wish them well, okay? Next. Oh, I can't. I just can't. We're so screwed.
What's
We're
up,
so
bro?
screwed. What do you got?
How are you, man? You're asking for evidence of God, right? I'm a Muslim, by the way. So what? This whole life is.
I'm an American. I'm American. Okay, what's your point?
Nice. So you're asking like proof of God. Is that what you're coming across?
Yeah, I mean, if you can read, yes, it says, give me evidence of God. Prove me wrong.
Okay. Well, there is no proven evidence of God. Yeah, then there's no point.
Then why
If
do
there
you
was
believe?
proven evidence,
Then why do you believe, sir?
so do you have to see something and fucking look at something with your own eyes to know 100% that it's true?
No, but we need some way of measuring it. We need some way of knowing it's there with evidence.
The whole point of us now is a test. So if there was proven evidence of God, everyone would be fucking religious and there'll be no point of a test.
But I can say this but hold on. I can say this for any God I want to. I can say this for Spaghetti Monster. Yeah, there's a spaghetti monster out there. He doesn't show himself because this is a test. See, I can do this for Zeus and Thor and Mithras and Horus and Poopy Monster and Pee-Pee Monster. There's a big penis monster out there. He looks like a penis. But he doesn't show himself because it's a test. Like anybody can say this. So where's your actual evidence? If you have no evidence, you have no reason to believe.
So you're saying if I have no evidence, I have no reason to believe?
Correct.
I can understand. I can understand if I don't provide an atheist with evidence of God. Yes, okay. But if you're open-minded and you know, fucking read the Quran, study about the religion.
I did read the Quran, sir. It's stupid. The Quran is garbage. Talking snakes, Noah's Ark, falling stars. It's stupid.
It doesn't do. Haven't you? You've read the Quran? You said.
Mm-hmm. It's mythology.
You came across any of the salt water seas colliding? Like just what's it called?
Salt water seas colliding?
What's it called then? Like miracles in the Quran. X and Y chromosomes, predictions. There's a lot in there,
give me one miracle in the Quran.
What's a good one? I'll give you a good one. Tells you how many X and Y chromosomes a male and a female has.
What verse?
It mentions.
What verse?
What verse? I can share it to you. I'm not too sure. It mentions how many X and Y chromosomes males and females have.
What verse is it?
It's a surah. I'm not too sure what surah it is.
Happens every time. I always forget.
I'm just we can end it here, but I'm just saying the whole point of a religion is it's your decision. God gives you amount of
no. I'm not.
Gives you a path to follow.
No.
It's up to you to choose.
No. You're not here to spread your garbage. I'm here to get evidence. And if all you have is a claim, you're gonna go bye-bye. Okay.
Okay. I don't have any evidence. Okay.
Have a good day. Aren't there people with different amounts of chromosomes?
Hey, Mike, how's it going?
Hey, what do you got?
So with you being a naturalist, if I understand correctly, you believe we're biological components, species of natural selection and things like that, correct?
Sure.
Okay. So if we're just biological, how do you as a naturalist rationalize we as humans have the capability to rationalize with one another, to communicate, to have opinions, whereas no other like species or animal, I should say, really has that ability. Only us as humans do.
Every animal has a sense of logic. It comes from the brain. And
Yeah.
ours is a bit more complex, but the other animals, like chimps, bonobos can play Minecraft. Bonobos can make tools. They're not stupid. So the idea that we're the only ones is a false claim you just made. But more importantly, we know where logic and reasoning comes from. It comes from the prefrontal cortex and many different parts of the brain.
I'll give you that. And I don't mean to say, all animals are stupid. But what I mean to say is it seems like we as humans have a moral stance where we will discuss things back and forth morally. Like, you come on and you talk about being a vegan is a good thing, and it may be, but how do we have that claim? It seems like no other animals have a moral stance, whereas we do.
They do. All other animals have moral compasses. Again, apes, dolphins, gorillas, giraffes, all have senses of moral systems, even dogs. It's just that we have more complex. I'll give you that. We have more complex logical thoughts, but that's because our brains are more complex. We have more folding in our brain. So the point is that we can ground all these things in nature. We don't need God to explain this. And yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll let you get on to it. I got to get back to work, but
okay.
Have a nice night.
We have a purpose. What's your purpose? To worship God forever? Like a mindless bot?
Yes, God. I love you.
What do you got?
Am I in this shit?
No. You're not.
Yo. What's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I just want to say real quick, you have a great message and spreading the word good, man. Keep going.
I'm not spreading a word. I'm not here to spread word. I'm here to make you think. That's it. I don't have a belief that I'm spreading to you. I want you to think. That's it. Ask better questions, right? That's all. The Gospel of Mike. The Gospel of Mike.
Hello, sir.
Hey, what do you got?
So I was an atheist, up until maybe 4 months ago, and I would hear your reasoning at the moment for what your belief is, and if I could potentially change it. That's all.
Yeah, what's your evidence for God?
What is my evidence for God? Well, I'll start off with one thing, just potentially. So, have you heard about astral projection before?
Yeah.
Yeah, have you done it yourself?
No, but these are explained by hallucinations, brain states, dream states, things like that. There's no evidence of a supernatural.
Really? So who funds that evidence and who also supports the research?
Universities.
And who supports the universities?
Scientists, governments. What's your point?
See, I'm glad you mentioned governments, because there's a big issue with that. See, the governments are controlled by the elites, and the elites, not entirely, but
Sir,
when you have rational, diverse integrity,
sir,
you'll figure it out.
Please give us evidence that there is some kind of motive for all the science in the world is bogus, and what's the motive behind it? Please back up your claims, because I don't feel like putting on a tinfoil hat right now. I feel like getting evidence of God. And if you're going to say, well, the elites, you can't trust science, that's stupid. I'm asking for evidence.
Well, the religious perspective is that God is science because God is omnipotent and omnipresent, and he breathed life into.
Okay, and
What's happening, man?
on breathe. Hey, what do you got?
Wait, so a motive. You're speaking about a motive, yeah. I'm not being watching there for the last little while, right? There's a lot of people with very valid points, but you keep coming back with valid points also, right? So you believe in karma, Mike? You I'm sorry, yeah.
No
You want me to slow down a
innuendo.
little bit, yeah?
No understand, sir.
Right, okay. Look, I'm Dublin Ireland, yeah. So I'll slow down, okay? So you believe in karma, yeah?
Karma. Okay.
Karma.
Yeah.
Wait, you believe in karma, right? So
not in any religious sense, but I think that when you put yourself out there.
No. Can you explain to me what sense you would believe in karma?
Well, if I do lots of bad things and people acknowledge that, well, they're more likely to do bad things back to me.
And in what sense would they acknowledge these bad things?
We're not going to do this. We're not going to do this. This is not Dr. Phil. We're going to get evidence of God, and that's it. Oh, a couple more people in here. Who wants to come up?
Hey, Mike, how's it going?
Okay, what do you got?
All right, so let's change this up a little bit. Let's not use the word God because that seems to be the big sticking point. Before man wrote the Bible, do you agree most civilizations prayed to a sun god?
Sure. Now, what's your evidence of your God, sir?
Well, what if God is just misinterpreted? What if when God said he created man in his image, you got man who has created God in his image when they wrote it down in the Bible? So that's just their image of God.
Next.
Hey.
Yeah.
So I believe I'm a Christian, and I just wanted to know why you think that God is imaginary.
There's no evidence of it. Do you have any?
Well, what's the evidence against it?
The lack of evidence, the overwhelming lack of evidence is evidence of absence, right? When you make all these claims about God, oh, he's all around us, and you look around and he's nowhere to be found, that's evidence that you're lying, right? So how do you know that God's there?
So you think God needs to be visible?
Well, not just visible to our eyes, but visible in any way, any measurable way.
Yeah, but God's not material.
How do you know that?
There's the objective, and then there's the subjective. God is not an exterior reality. God's an interior.
Oh, so kind of like an imaginary friend?
No, because an imaginary friend would be in your mind. God's not.
Okay, so great. So what's the difference between an imaginary friend and God?
The difference between an imaginary friend and God, well, first of all, God is an imaginary friend would be bound by specificity, like a specific image, and God is mystery, God is infinite. So lots of differences.
God is mystery. What does that even mean? Is this like
It means since
Scooby-Doo?
the beginning of time, people have had this intuition that there's more going on here, that there's something more going on. And so we've had different ideas and symbols for what that thing is. We've had different ways of putting it.
Oh,
But
so God are the gaps. Whatever you don't understand, whatever is mysterious, that's God. Whatever I don't understand, that means God. That's an argument from ignorance.
no, that's not where I would stand.
Great. So then how do you know God's there?
Deep intuition, a guiding principle that is so strong, but is outside of the sphere of logic. You want to go into logic, you want to know it with your mind. And the unfortunate thing is that this stuff is not in the mind. There's other ways of knowing reality.
Sir, listen,
than the mental cognitive.
Are you some kind of alien that has different sensory systems than me? How do you know God is there? That's all I'm asking you. How do you know God is there?
You have it too. You have that intuition in you as well.
Where's God? Is he up my ass?
No, I just told you he's not material.
Okay,
not
great. So
not locatable.
So where is God and where is he and how do I find him?
Are you not listening? I said he's not aware. He's not a place. He's not physical.
Then how do you know who he is and where he is?
Because we have modes of knowing that are beyond the rational. Have you ever heard the philosophy of
beyond the rational?
Yes, not irrational,
so you're
transrational.
Irrational.
Nope, not irrational, transrational. Beyond the mind. Beyond the mind.
Okay. How are you beyond the mind to know that?
How am I beyond the mind?
Yeah, wouldn't you have to be beyond the mind to know that there's something beyond the mind?
I would say that we all have a intuition with us that, pulls us beyond the mind. And then our mind does try to come up with symbols.
Intuition is the mind. The intuition is the mind.
No, then we're bumping up against a definition dilemma here. Like you're saying it's the mind. I'm saying no. I believe we have faculties that are deeper than the mind.
Where?
That help us to know.
Like what? Like what?
Oh, well, you're back to the what. You want me to point at it. It's not my elbow. Since the beginning,
if you know what it's not, then how do you know what it is?
Say that again. If you don't know what it's not, then how do you know what it is?
How do you pinpoint this special gift, and how do you know it's God talking to you and not just your own self being mistaken?
Well, you're adding a lot of very enlightened, rational thinking that this doesn't apply to. I mean, how do you know?
Okay. Rationality doesn't apply to your God. Okay.
No. I mean, it doesn't contradict it, but it is in a different sphere of knowing. This is more in the realm of poetry, arts.
How can you make these claims, sir, that there's something beyond knowledge?
Because I'm a human. Because we all have this built-in capacity.
But are you beyond knowledge?
Am I beyond knowledge? That I don't even understand that question. There's parts of us that are beyond knowledge.
Listen. You're claiming that there's something beyond our understanding that you know exists. So I'm asking you, if you are not beyond your understanding, how do you know it exists?
That isn't, again, it's not a rational knowing. Have you ever?
Okay, so then you concede you have no evidence of this God, right? You have no reason to believe it. You have no evidence.
Deep knowing. Yes, I do have reason to believe it.
What is the logical reason, sir? What is the reasoning? What is the reasoning behind?
There you go again. It has to be in the left hemisphere of the brain. You don't want to sink into the fact that there's more ways of knowing. That there's ways within us of knowing.
What are the ways to know? Tell me.
I would say silence, meditation, deep love, deep suffering, surrender.
Those are all things that come from the brain.
Well, absolutely. The brain plays its role. It participates in the whole process. But the process transcends and includes.
Those are things within our understanding.
The mind is transcended and included in a deeper knowing. And
how do you know that? How do you know that? How do you know that? How do you know that?
You're not going to like it. We know these things because we have a deeper capacity for knowing, or at least for leaning into the possibility of it.
Well, guess what? I have a super, super deep capacity of knowing that you're wrong. How do I know you're wrong? Because I have a super, super deep capacity.
Okay, great. I mean,
I can play the same stupid games you're playing, sir. It's stupid.
No, totally. What I'm trying to say is that God is a word for that which cannot be rationalized, but expands beyond us. And it's always trickled in through our mind.
What you have is something irrational. You have something
Transrational. Transrational. And you don't like it because you think that the mind is the pinnacle of all being.
There
And
is
it's
no
not.
difference. There is no difference between transrational and irrational. It's the same shit. It's like covering a piece of shit in gold and pretending you have a gold bar.
No, irrational is you lose your arm and you say, I'm going to pray to God and it'll come back.
We're not doing this. Anybody can say that there's something beyond understanding, and anybody can say that for anything.
What's up, bro?
What do you got?
You need Jesus, brother.
Okay, there you go.
You need to pray to God.
When they prove you wrong. What do you mean he proved me wrong? What was his argument? His only argument was that there's something beyond knowing. I can say that for Snuffleupagus Monster. I can say that for Poopy Monster. Anybody can say that for any god they believe in. It's not rational. It's not coherent. It falls apart. It's just word salad. That's it. Hey, what do you got? So annoying. Hey, what do you got?
I just want to tell you your mama should have swallowed.
Hey, what do you got?
Basically, you cannot deny God, man. I'm being serious. Like, God is everywhere, my friend.
So I'm so sick and tired of people coming up here with no
listen.
evidence, no arguments, and no logic.
Listen.
I'm asking for evidence of God. I'm sick and tired of these stupid word games. Give us evidence. How do you know God is there, sir?
How do you know? What you mean, how do you know? Everything, you're made by God.
Anybody can claim that. Anybody can claim that. Anybody can claim that shit. I'm so tired of claims. I want evidence.
All right, bro. So you claim God is imaginary, right? You also claim. But
yeah, because there's no evidence. The reason why I don't believe in God is because there's no evidence. Is that irrational?
Yeah, but if there is no evidence, there is no evidence against him also.
Well,
and also,
we don't need evidence against him. We just need to. When I say God's imaginary, what I'm saying is that I don't think that God exists. It's most likely it doesn't exist. My evidence is the lack of evidence. That's the point. There's reason to believe that God is imaginary. Now, do you have evidence that God's not imaginary?
Okay, yeah. So by God, you mean the God in the Bible or any God? Like God, like
whatever
a higher
God
being?
you believe in, sir, whatever God you believe in, what is the evidence of your God?
All right, so I believe there is a higher being because, for example, if it's a very high being that's omnipotent and everything like that, just imagine a being like that, right?
I can't imagine being like that. What does it mean
you
to
can't
be
because your brain
omnipotent?
cannot.
What does that mean?
Yeah, because we are humans, bro. Do you think you can know everything in the universe? Answer me. You're not.
Sir, this isn't how this works.
It does, bro. Because you act.
Stop. If I told you,
stop, bro.
Stop.
Because you have no argument against me.
If I told you to imagine a square, that's easy, right? You imagine a square, four-sided figure. If I told you to imagine an all-powerful being, where do you begin? Where do you start? Where do you begin? What does that even mean? I can't make sense of that. That's like asking, what's the most weakest thing in existence? That doesn't make any sense either, right? These are stupid things. These are ridiculous concepts. We have no way of trying to make this thing coherent. If we can't imagine it, how the fuck can you know it? So give me evidence, give data, give facts, give evidence.
Yeah, that's the point. For example, you are a human, right? If you take an ant, you could hide from it and you could manipulate everything where it goes, right? If you wanted to. If you're born before it, you
Sir,
could hide
sir,
from it, right?
please give us evidence of God.
Oh my God, bro. Did you just hear what I said before you muted me? Like, for real. Why are you acting like you didn't hear what I said?
It wasn't evidence. I'm sorry. Next. Hey, what do you got? Stop answering in metaphors. Yeah, I'm really tired of people saying, well, God is beyond our understanding. He's so powerful, we can understand him. That is so easy. That is so easy to say. It's hard to demonstrate that. Think of how easy it is to talk about your God and say, oh, he's amazing. He's loving. He's powerful. He made you. It's easy to say these things, but it's hard to demonstrate them. And that's why that's another reason why God is imaginary to me, because it's something that something that you guys want to be true. And it seems like something that isn't based on any evidence. Where are you going when you die? You rot away. That's it. Oh, that's too scary, Mike. I can't fathom not existing. Well, get over it. Get used to it, because that's perhaps what reality is. You die, you go nowhere. People forget you. It's reality.
Hey everybody on this live, I just want to let y'all know God is real. God is
No.
yeah.
You're gonna give evidence of your God, or you're gonna go away. You're not gonna preach on my watch, okay? You're gonna give
Yeah.
evidence or go away. What is it?
And I do have evidence. Thank you.
What is it?
First of all, his Bible, his sandals with the thorns, the bow.
Okay.
Have you
Okay, how old are you, by the way? How old are you?
the big 12. The big 12.
Okay, we can tell. I think you missed Barney. It's on right now. Barney and the Teletubbies is on, okay?
Low, can you hear me?
Hey, what do you got?
All right, I'm dipping my toes in. So, right, I'm a Christian. I'm a Catholic. I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe he's God, right? Well, you're just saying there's no evidence to support this, right?
Yeah, what's your
Okay.
evidence you got?
Right.
We lost you, bud. Come back. We can't hear you.
My fault, gang. Bart Ehrman, Craig Evans, all these big historians, right? Atheists who turn to go and disprove Christianity, right? The lack of evidence or the absence of evidence isn't the evidence of absence. Do you get it?
No, that's false. But even if that was correct, who gives a shit? I'm asking for evidence of God. Do you have any evidence of God?
Yeah. Craig Ehrman, Bart Ehrman, Craig Evans, historians. That's you can look it up, bro. Like really, just look. I'm not saying I'm gonna give you the evidence.
Seuss,
Okay.
Dr. Phil,
Oh my
Oprah,
goodness.
Harry Potter,
Well, we
Oprah
know Jesus
Winfrey.
Christ was a real
We're
person.
just naming irrelevant people, sir.
Okay. Do you
Get
believe?
to the evidence of God now.
Okay. Jesus Christ, real person. No matter how you look at it, he was a real person, whether you believe he was
Spider-Man.
God or
Spider-Man.
no.
Peter Parker was a
Um,
real guy.
you know, this man Jesus Christ claimed to say he was God. Only person who claimed to be God. No
No,
matter where you look at it,
Charles Manson claimed to be God. Does that make Charles Manson God?
no, because he didn't defeat death. He didn't rise up with over 500 witnesses who saw him.
Neither did Jesus, sir. Jesus did not resurrect.
How do you know?
It defies
Oh,
physics. It defies physics. Now, do you have any evidence of this shit?
this guy. My fault, gang. Hey, listen. I can't give you evidence. I'm not God. Is there evidence? 100%.
Oh,
Eyewitnesses is
you can
evidence,
give
bro.
evidence now. Okay. So when are you going to
Hey,
give the evidence? Maybe you can pray for it.
I'll pray for you, bro. Don't worry about it. I'll pray for you.
I'll pray for you too, sir. I hope you get lots of meatballs when you die, because Spaghetti Monster is going to make you noodly. Make you a little pot of pasta sauce. It's going to be great, sir.
God bless. God
Okay.
bless. I love you.
Spaghetti bless. Spaghetti bless you, sir. Pasta bless you. Pasta.
Love you. God bless.
That's our saying. That's our little slogan. Do you like it? It's called pasta.
I love you.
Pasta loves you more.
Nah, I love you.
Pasta
God
boiled for
bless
you.
you.
He
God
boiled
bless.
for your kids, sir. And on the
Yeah,
third day, he microwaved.
bro's gonna
He
be
reheated.
10
He
times hot.
reheated, sir. He reheated. All right, next. Last guess. I can't take this anymore. I'm gonna have a brain meltdown. Mental meltdown.
So I'm a Christian who believes Jesus Christ rose from the dead.
How old are you?
What'd you say?
How old are you?
19. And there is many evidence. There's so much evidence claiming that
Great.
God
Great.
is
What is it?
that. Okay, so in the Bible, right, it predicted much events that occurred years after it was written.
Like
Right?
what? Like
Okay,
what?
so first of all, right, at the end they said there would be a lot of claims of end times and the end wars, right? Much rumors. There's going to be a great falling away. Have you looked at the U.S. right now?
Sir, wars are always happening. Name me a time period where war didn't happen.
I'm saying, like, I was getting to it, like Israel, right? Especially Israel, because that's Jesus's home country, right? That's Jesus's people, the Jews. And who are they attacking? The Jews, right? He also said Jesus.
I don't care about a
He also
guy,
said
sir, who
he
died on a
also
stick.
they also
Sir.
said Israel would get their homeland back, and what happened? They did.
No, that's not what the Bible says, sir. But more
It
importantly,
does.
who cares what the Bible
Well,
says about Israel?
well,
That's where it
it's
was
proof,
fucking
right? If
written.
it predicts something
No,
and
it's
it
not a predict.
happens, that's
No,
proof.
no, 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 no.
It
Sir,
also
stop,
proved
stop,
it
stop,
also
stop, stop,
predicted the
stop, stop,
Euphrates
stop.
River drying up, and if you look at the Euphrates River, it is drying up.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No,
Look
it's
it up.
not. Give
Look
me
it
a
up.
source. Give me a source that says the Euphrates River is going to dry up when it's literally done that many times.
You could look it up. It is currently drying up.
Give me a source that demonstrates that it's drying up forever.
You can look it up on yourself. What?
That's not a source, sir.
Look up any source. You could see it, that the Euphrates River is drying up. You could literally look up
Where
pictures
is your
of it.
source that the river is going to dry forever? Did you know that all rivers dry up all the time?
That is not completely true, no.
Yes, it is completely true, sir. Rivers dry up, they flood again. It's called being a river.
Something big like the Euphrates River, right? Something so huge just dries up.
They can dry up and flood all the time.
It is not
Now,
completely dried up. It is currently drying up.
Well, as it always has.
Yeah,
But
you're
more
starting
importantly,
because you know it's true. The Bible predicted it, right?
the Bible also predicted that there would be a mountain of gold underneath the river. Did that happen? No, there is no fucking river of gold. There is no mountain of gold. Now, more importantly, it's not a prediction. The Bible predicts nothing. And by the way, it gets many predictions incorrect. Many predictions it claims are wrong. So, give me actual evidence, because anybody can say a river will dry up. You don't need to be God to know that.
Okay, I was telling you, right? It says there's going to be a great falling away. If you look at the USA right now, it is the most distant from God it has ever been.
There is no God. We've always been distant from God. It's always been distant.
No, this country was made from God. The founding founders
No, it's
believed in
not,
God.
sir. No, it
Yes.
is not.
Yes.
This is
Okay.
utter nonsense. First of all, every religion predicts that there would be people that leave the faith. The Muslims say this. The Muslims use the same stupid argument you're using. The Hindus, the Mayans,
What argument do they
every
use?
religious group of people said that there would be people who leave the faith one day, and that will be the end times. Everybody says this. There's nothing magical about this prediction.
And what other religion has predicted end events and called like the great falling away? If you look,
Islam claims to have predictions, but no religion predicts anything that actually came true.
I just gave you evidence.
You did not.
Okay, so what's the great falling away then? What's that? Not evidence?
It's not a real thing. It's not a real event.
How? If you look at the statistics,
where's your evidence of this great falling?
Okay, if you look at the statistics, right? Americans and people all over the world are more distant from God than ever, right? And it predicted that in the last times.
No,
Also, rumors with wars,
that's
right?
incorrect.
And with Israel, right?
Sir, how about people that existed before America, before Christianity existed? They were distant from God too, right?
No, actually. No, this country was built on.
The billions of people who existed before your stupid religion was invented, they were closer to God than we are today.
First, there wasn't billions of people, right, before they existed.
Yes, there was. There were billions of people before us.
Also, God talked to many prophets, right? And they would spread it.
Sir, you're pivoting.
Around the world.
You're pivoting, sir. You're pivoting.
Wait, so I give you evidence, and you just deny. Like you can't just deny evidence. Like evidence is evidence. Your opinion will be an opinion.
Stop.
Evidence will be evidence at the end of the day.
Listen. This wasn't evidence because we can explain it by something else, and more importantly, you have not answered the question that I just opposed your argument and said that there were times before us where people did not believe in God at all. How do you explain that?
There's always going to be like people who don't believe in God, obviously.
I know, but you said that today we are the most away from God. How about a million years ago when there was no Christians? How about those people?
The world hasn't been around for a million years, sir.
Oh my gosh.
Your belief, your belief is that nothing came from nothing.
How old are you?
Your belief is that nothing came from nothing.
Sir, how old are you?
19.
And you think the earth is 6,000 years old?
I know.
Holy shit, sir.
Okay, sir, your belief is nothing came from nothing.
Stop, sir.
No, that's your belief. Think about it.
No, the earth is verifiably 4.5 billion years old. We know this because we can date zircon crystals in the earth's crust. This is direct proof that the earth is 4 billion years old. Now,
did you know that there was an experiment, right, in Australia where they took a rock at the bottom of a lake and they did the tests and it said the world was about 40 billion years old. Do you believe that?
What test and what was the experiment and what was the study and what were the errors that were done in that test?
It was in Australia, and they went to the bottom of a lake and found
No, you didn't answer my question, sir. What was the study? What were the errors? And what were the methodology?
There were no errors. It's just showing that these
sir,
tests
they're
showing that
was
it's
an error. I'm asking you, sir, listen. I'm asking for the study. Where's your study on this? Where's your study? Sir, where's the study? Where's the study on this?
You believe that we came from nothing, is what you're saying.
No, you do, sir. You think that there was one day your God got bored and he said, "Let there be light," and we all magically poofed into existence.
It's not that he's bored. It's because he has an everlasting love for us, that he made us.
When he flooded us too,
he loves you.
Did he
He
love us
loves
when he flooded
everybody in
us?
this chat. He loves everybody.
He loves us so much that he'll burn us for not loving him back.
No, you send yourself there. He gave you free will. He
Sir,
gives you free will. If you send yourself there, that's
sir,
on you.
sir,
I bet
sir,
you. I bet you
sir,
there's been many signs.
sir,
He's tried
sir,
great amount of
sir,
times to have you
sir,
go to
sir,
him, and you've just
sir,
declined it.
sir. If I have a kid and they don't love me back, would I be justified in burning them?
You're not. He's not. You're not burning them. They're burning themselves. You try to get them back on the
Okay,
path.
how about this?
You
How about
try
this?
to love
How
them,
about
and they
this?
still
How
go and
about
do it.
this? Sir, please listen. I'm in a store. I rob the cashier. I hold the gun to their face and I say, give me the money in the cashier's box or I'm going to shoot you. Now the cashier says, no, I'm not going to do that. And the burglar shoots the cashier. Did the cashier commit suicide? Was it their choice to die?
Nope.
Exactly. And that's what your God is doing. Your God is holding us up, holding us hostage and saying, you better love me or you're going to burn. And I'm
That's
just,
not. That's not at all.
I don't want to believe
Believe.
in God. There's no evidence
So,
for it. And then your
so
God's going to kill me and burn me
I
forever.
got a
That is
question,
a
right? I got a
stupid,
question.
stupid,
Let's
stupid.
say you sent your only son, right, that you loved so much, right? He was your man, your boy, and he went and died one of the most worst deaths imaginable in history, right? To save everybody else. Would you
He's
not want
God. He didn't die,
everybody to,
sir. You're,
would you not want
you're,
everyone to accept that and
sir,
believe in him? Or would you want to just throw that away for
sir,
nothing?
your God sacrificed a weekend. He didn't sacrifice jack shit. He's God. He didn't have to die for our sins like a drama queen. He could have walked his dog for our sins. He could have made a toast for our sins. He could have baked cookies for our sins. He didn't have to die for our sins. He didn't die at all. He sacrificed a mere weekend.
God
For
didn't
what?
die. His
For
son,
what?
Jesus
For
Christ,
what?
died. There's a difference.
It's the same shit, sir. You believe in the Trinity, right? 3 in 1, like shampoo?
What? Wait, so let me get it right. Your belief is that nothing came from nothing, right? You just came from nothing?
No, that's not my belief.
So no, that
Nice,
is.
nice try, though. Nice straw man, though.
That is your belief. So what is it then? What is your belief?
Oh, now you're gonna ask me what my belief is. Okay,
No,
thank you.
because
So,
if you have like a better explanation, even though I've given you evidence,
yeah, it's called
even though they,
physics. It's called physics. Go learn it sometime.
yeah, and what's your physics? Big Bang? Bunch of
The
things
Big
came from
Bang.
nothing? Yeah, came
It's
from
not,
nothing?
what do you think the Big Bang is?
Well, scientists say a bunch of like fucking planets and shit hit and Earth came. That's basically simple down terms. That's what happened. And
No,
it just
that's not even
randomly
that
came.
is not even close to what fucking happened, sir. The Big Bang is not planets smashing together.
Okay.
The Big Bang is an expansion of space and time, and it was not the beginning. It was simply an expansion of space time, and the universe went from a hotter, denser state to a colder, less dense state.
And
That's it.
how does the universe get there?
Didn't get there at all. It was always perhaps there in some way.
But your belief is matter cannot come from anything.
It could have always existed.
So could have God, but you can't create matter. So how does matter just start there?
It could have always existed.
But you can't create matter. So how does it exist if no one created it?
If it always existed, it didn't have a start. It was always there.
Yeah, but your science claims you cannot create matter. So how is it just there?
Why can't it be just there like your God? What's wrong with having a universe that's just there eternally?
Because you say matter can't be created. So how can it be
Yeah,
created?
if it can't be created, that means it was always there. It's always there. There's no creation. It's always there.
Well, that's not possible, including to your science. You can't create matter, right? So how it needs a
Oh
creator.
my God,
If
I just explained this
if
to
you
you.
see a
It's not,
building, right? If you see
sir,
a building,
listen,
that's
listen, listen,
evidence
listen.
of a builder.
It's
The
not
building
created.
doesn't just get there and then you make rooms out of it.
Do you think that it's possible to create matter?
Yeah, I do.
So what's
It is possible. God could do anything.
Oh yeah, God could do anything, right?
Right? Just like a house.
Now,
Just like a house is proof
sir,
of a builder.
listen, sir,
It
please,
doesn't just
please listen,
stand there.
please listen. What is the logical contradiction in a universe that always existed? Why is that impossible?
Because your science says, right, that matter can't be created. So how is it just there? It doesn't go past it
Why can't it always be there?
because it says it needs a creator.
it can't be created.
What
It
says
can't
it
just
needs,
be
what
there.
says it needs a creator, sir? Your book of fables?
Not a book of fables. Even after I gave you evidence,
No,
you're
sir,
not
please,
open-minded.
please. What, sir, what
You
says the
already shut
universe must,
down.
sir,
You already shut down.
what evidence demonstrates the universe must have been created?
Science, right? To you?
What science says that?
Matter cannot be created or destroyed.
Sir, if it was always there, it wasn't created. We agree on this, that it can't be created. That's why I said it's always there. So what is the evidence that matter?
How is that possible? How is that possible?
Why is it impossible?
Exactly. Because it needs a creator.
How do you know
house
that?
can't just build itself, right?
Why does it need a creator?
Can you show me anywhere where matter just exists with no one creating it?
Yeah, the universe, it's a possibility, is it not?
No.
Why is it okay, great. So then why is it impossible that the universe always existed?
Because everything needs a builder.
Then who built God?
God was always there. He's a outgoing being. Like try to teach
sure. Okay.
It's like the same thing.
Okay. If God was always hold on, buddy. If God was always there, why can't the universe always be there?
Because the universe and God are two different things. God is out way past us. We can't comprehend all of God.
He's way past us, like he's on the moon. Okay. Why can't let me ask again, because you didn't answer the question properly. Why can't the universe be infinite?
I'm not saying it can't be infinite. I'm saying it can't just be there. I'm not saying it just can't be there.
What's the difference? What's the difference between infinity and always being there, sir?
There is definitely a difference.
What is it?
Well, it has to be, like, for it to be infinite, it has to start. For it to be infinite, it has to start. What don't you understand?
By definition, it doesn't have a start. By definition, it's infinite.
Wait, so I got a question for you. You asked me for evidence. I gave you evidence, and then you totally shifted and just said, no, it's not evidence. What?
Well, you actually provided no falsifiable data that points to God existing. That's why you did not present evidence.
I clearly did.
And what was it?
The Euphrates River, the Great Falling Away? Like,
the Euphrates River is perfectly fine. It is not drying up, and there's no gold underneath it. War is the norm. War is always happening. Do you guys understand that Christians have been saying it's the end times since the first times Christianity existed?
Hello?
Hey, what do you got?
Say that again?
How old are you?
Oh, my friend's 18. I'm 17.
Your friend, okay. Well, my friend is 59. I can't.
Hello?
Hello?
Sorry. It's 4 in the morning where I am.
How can we help you today?
I'm not a God botherer. I believe in the Big Bang Theory. But I've got my own little theory on God. I believe that all of these gods of the religions were actually aliens.
And that's where I'm going to stop it for today, guys. Thank you. Thank you all for being here. I just can't. Please follow my YouTube. Please subscribe to my YouTube. Everybody go follow my YouTube. Go follow me here for more debates. Yep, go ahead, follow me right now. Let's get to 200K, and then
I'll take some questions. Are you an atheist? Yes. The American school system failed us. It is. It is failing us. It is. Talk about veganism tomorrow. We're going to do a vegan debate tomorrow. Thank you for the gifts. You converted me? Really? I'm pro-choice. Thank you for the Panther. Thank you. Where are you from, America? How do you know God doesn't exist? Well, we can take a look at flaws in your God, right? If you claim that God is a square circle, we can say that's not possible. There are certain things that have to abide logic, right? If it's not logical, it's not possible. Why can't God be the universe? Well, why can't... I'm not saying God can't be the universe, but that's like saying, why can't God be my water bottle, right? You're just relabeling things that already exist at that point, right? It's like anybody can do that. A caveman can do that. I'm asking for something novel, something that I've never seen before. Just relabeling the universe God doesn't really help us. In fact, it actually makes things more confusing. Who made us? Nobody made us. We evolved. We are... Actually, I might do a science live tomorrow. But yeah, we evolved through time. We are animals. We are collections of cells and things like that. That's all. We evolved. Right. But it's, asking the question, where do we come from or who made us? These are decent questions. But we now know more today than we ever did in the past about who we are and what we are. And as far as we can see, we don't need we don't need a person to make us. We don't need a man or a wizard to make life. All you need is physics and chemistry, matter and energy to make a human being. And it's amazing. It's amazing that we're here. It's incredible that we're alive. It's amazing. But at the same time, there's no magic required. So, Ask Cliff has all the best answers. He's a complete idiot. Notice he never actually debates anybody with like knowledge. He's always at a high school campus talking to high schoolers. Okay. It's frequency. What do you mean frequency? How could the universe be? Is my microphone doing? Is it microphone? Is it clear? Is it coming in clear for you guys? If the world went vegan for a year, what would be the pros? Less carbon emissions, less animal cruelty. Why are you wasting your time if you don't believe? I'm not wasting my time here. I'm making people think. That's all I'm after. I know there's no God. I know there's no evidence of a God. I'm here to make you guys think and learn and ask questions, right? Asking the hard questions is what I want you to do. I want you to ask questions. Hey, why do I believe this? What are the reasons for what I believe? That's all I'm after. I want you to think more. Because guess what? School doesn't teach you how to think critically. School doesn't do that, unfortunately. Who is going to do it? If we don't know how to think, if we don't know how to assess what information is correct or false, we're going to be lost. This is why people believe in these things, like the flat earth and the aliens and the ghosts and the demons, because they don't know what information is true or false. Look at how much propaganda, look at how much misinformation is out there that people fall for. If you don't know how to think critically, you're going to be lost. You're not going to be able to What is the book behind you? So one of them is mine, and one of them is Brian Greene's Fabric of the Cosmos, which is fantastic. My book's in the link in the bio, by the way. Everything, all my links are in my bio if you want to go to my YouTube, follow my TikTok, things like that. My book too. Do I believe in the spiritual realm? What's the spiritual realm? What is that? Can you explain your near-death experiences? Hallucinations. We know that when you die, when your heart stops beating, your brain's still active for about 10 minutes, and it can release certain chemicals that make you feel certain ways. We've even induced out-of-body experiences in people. We can make people feel like they're out of their body with basic hallucinogens. Destroying theism as a public service. I'm not here to necessarily destroy theism. I'm here to destroy ignorance, deliberate ignorance. I'm here to alleviate the lack of science literacy. Theism is ignorance? Well, I don't want to say that necessarily. What's up, Nils? Mike Burgundy, E's nuts, is not to be trusted. He has never proven God wouldn't know how to crump. Okay. Do I believe we are spirits in a body? The spirit, if you take a look at the Latin derivation of the word spirit, it talks about the breath of life, right? It talks about breath. And for many centuries, people thought that life was something magic. There was some life energy or life force that drives us to be alive. But now we know that there is no such force. Life is simply an emergent process. It's the emergent process that emerges from basic amino acids and proteins and complex chemistry, but the interactions between these molecules yield this experience of life. So we now know that there is no spirit, necessarily speaking. There is something chemical about our being. And that's magical in itself to me. It's amazing that we are here. But there is no supernatural explanation required. All you need is an understanding of basic science. Keep feeding your ego, says the one who thinks that everything was made for them. The one who thinks that the creator of the entire universe cares about where they sleep and who they marry and what they say and how they pray and where they put their genitals. That's ego. God is ego. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you, Isaac. Shut up. Explain what gluons are made of. What do you mean? So we know that on the most fundamental level, particles or mass comes from the Higgs field. Fields, these quantum fields that perhaps could yield this energy or yield this motion. A lot of the mass comes from the motion of these quantum fields that exist in space and time itself. It's amazing. Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. Science is amazing. It is. Absolutely amazing. Basically, you have the quark fields and they have a symmetry or degree of freedom. Yes, exactly. Exactly. It's very simply put, your mass comes from motions of particles in fields. And there's a lot more to learn about the universe. There's a lot more to learn. We barely know a fraction of what's out there. But instead of saying God done did it, let's ask the better question. What explains that? How does that happen? Let's learn more instead of just pretending God did it. Because the universe might be more amazing than God is, what you think God is. Yeah, go learn about science. Thank you. Loudy dowdy. I never said science is the only thing trustworthy. What I'm saying is science is the best we got. I mean, name me a better method than science. Name me a better method than science that actually achieves truth and facts and evidence. I can't think of a single one. Because science fucking works. It fucking works. And it works damn well. That's why if you took away all the religious textbooks, so threw them all out, you would have a different set of books that come out in the future. But science, what we derive from science, will be the same. Because science is about reality. It's about reality. It's not about feelings or dreams or emotions. Science doesn't lead to truth. Says the one using a phone which was developed by science. Can you go into depth about how humans evolved? Go check out my YouTube. I have hours and hours and hours of science talks about me explaining to you in simple terms how we evolved. Go look at the YouTube videos. But also go do your research. Go learn yourself. Right? The videos the videos I talk about are only a representation of science. It's not science. It's a representation of it. It's there to guide you as to the simple understandings of it. But your job is to do the research and learn the science on your own. I can't be your teacher every step of the way. You have to do some thinking. You have to do the work. And I'm only here to be a catalyst to get you stimulated to learn. I'm only here to get you inspired to learn on your own. I can't force you. What is the meaning of life? Well, I don't look for meaning outside of... I don't sit there and wait for meaning to get to me, as if it's somewhere out there. I can make meaning. I can make my own meaning and purpose. I can do it myself, right? I can Snuffleupagus created the universe for a galaxy. Yeah, Snuffleupagus created the universe. Anyway, I can make meaning on my own terms. Thank you, Kaylee, for the galaxy. Thank you so much. I can go on TikTok and talk to thousands of people and make them laugh, make them entertain, and make them learn, make them think. That's meaning. That's meaning, right? Meaning is producing something valuable for somebody. Somebody sees value in what you're doing. That's purpose. And in that sense, I can make infinite things that are purposeful. I can make all kinds of things that are meaningful. We all can. We all can do something meaningful. So instead of waiting for a purpose from a God, why not make it on your own? Why not do it yourself? I think that's much more exciting, a much more exciting world than one where we're just waiting for a purpose. I don't want to be told my purpose. I want to make it. That's more fruitful, We're pure. The objective meaning. Well, there doesn't have to be objective meaning. There doesn't have to be objective meaning. Whether or not there is objective meaning, I don't care. Again, I can make it myself. I can make it meaning for me. I can make it meaningful for us. So I don't need an objective purpose. I'm not even bothered by that. I don't get bothered by pondering about, oh, what's the objective meaning of reality? I don't really care about that answer. Because it's not attainable and I'm occupied by my own life. I'm not waiting and sitting and waiting and hoping and praying and wishing that there's something out there. I'm doing it. I'm doing my own stuff. And if there happens to be something like that, great. But it's not my priority. And it's not meaningful to me in this moment. So if there is some kind of objective meaning in the world, well, it's clearly not that meaningful because I don't see it yet. We don't see it yet. So that tells me that there's nothing to worry about. I think that instead of worrying about, do something meaningful. Yeah, if you think about it, it's actually a beautiful way of existing without objective meaning. All right, when you let go of all these expectations, oh, where's my afterlife? Where's God? Right? Where's my gifts? Where's my rewards for believing in him? See, look at the expectations you're placing on reality. And look at how much that's hindering your ability to think critically and freely. Because you're so occupied by these stupid, egotistical notions of reward, personal benefit, that you're missing how much meaning you can produce on your own. You're missing how much you can do when you believe that there's only one purpose. Consciousness is amazing. True, it is amazing. Every day I wake up and I'm like, holy shit, another day of life. That's amazing to me. With or without God. Like, with or without God, it's amazing. In fact, to me, it's even more amazing without the God. Because look at what we are and look at what we can do. We are just chemicals in motion. Yes, damn right, we are. That's what we are. And it doesn't strip away any meaning or purpose or value from the experience. It doesn't matter the medium in which we are. We can still experience. And that's in itself amazing for me. Whether or not there's a God. And so every day I wake up with this sense of reverence for things, reverence for nature, reverence for humans and animals. I love people, I do. That's why I'm on here, because I care about how people experience the world. I don't want people to be confused and lost. I want people to be fruitful, peaceful, happy, and purposeful. And all these things we can get from science and science literacy. Kaylee bought my book and loves it for a galaxy. Thank you, Kaylee, for buying my book. Thank you. Appreciate you a lot for all the gifts. Woohoo! Look at this tremendous galaxy, okay? A tremendous galaxy. More stars than even China, okay? More stars. You will never find your purpose without God, so what's the point? That's precisely my point here. That you are so stuck on this God thing that you can't even realize that you can make your own purpose. You're so stuck. You're so stuck on this God thing, right? It's like a magnet. You're stuck on this God thing, like a magnet. That you're not even recognizing that there's other ways to extract beauty and significance from the world. Don't you get it? If you're sitting there saying, without God, what's my purpose? What's my meaning? Look at how sad that is to me. From my perspective, that's sad. Because I don't wait for my purpose from some dictator to give it to me. I make it on my own. I do it. I make it. I do it. I do things. Isn't that a more fruitful perspective? Isn't that a more prosperous way of living? I can generate meaning. Meaning and purpose can emanate from me. It can emanate from me. I can shine. I can do something amazing. I can invent something that changes the world. I can use these avenues like TikTok and social media to change the world. Anybody can do it. It's every massive change that's ever happened by a few people starting the snowball, right? They took the snow, they started it and rolled down the hill, and before you know it, it was a giant mountain of snow. That's how change happens. And the fact that we live in this time where we have all these resources and this opportunity gives me hope. I have lots of hope for us. Every scientific discovery gives me hope for humanity. Every time somebody invents something like a cure to a disease, that gives me hope. Like, hey, there's something worthy here. We are worthy. We can do it. We have done amazing things. Why stop now? Why is it that we should just stop progressing and just pray and bow down on our knees and pray to a dictator? That seems stupid to me. That seems like a waste of time when there's a whole universe out there to explore. A whole mystery out there to uncover. You know? The whole belief in God stems from the human who thinks they're powerless. Right? That's why you're seeking a powerful being. Why is God always the most powerful being, but never the least powerful being? Because we are seeking power. We like power. Right? So when you're seeking God, you're actually seeking. You're just recognizing that you're powerless. You're just conceding that you don't have power, so you have to get it from somebody else. To me, it's the opposite. We are the most powerful things. We are the omnipotent ones, and the God is the weak one, the petty one, who burns you if you don't love him, and floods a city of babies because they ate a pear from a tree, who doesn't want you to think critically, who gives you stupid commands that don't make any sense. Oh, we got 200,000 likes. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Don't disrespect me. People go onto my live and they think I'm disrespecting them. It's not personal. It's never personal. Okay? It's about your belief. Your belief is stupid, not you. It's not about you. It's your belief. Right? Your belief is bad. And if that hurts you, it shouldn't. Because you are not a belief. You're a person. You're not a belief. Every day I put my beliefs out there for people to poke at and criticize. I like it. I enjoy it. Because I'm not scared of being wrong like you are. I'm not scared of being wrong. I'm just another person like you are, curious. But I'm not attached to any one outcome like you are. That's the difference. Right? The religious person is attached to one thing. If they're wrong about that, they feel terrible, right? It feels terrible leaving religion. I don't know what it feels like. It sucks. You feel like shit when you leave religion, when you realize that you're wrong. It stinks. But this is what I'm trying to protect you guys from. This big shock of when you realize that your God doesn't exist. The big shock that you realize when you realize that your Bible's bad. Full of inconsistencies and fallacies. I'm trying to make you guys realize that, you shouldn't be shocked about things. You should be always open to learning and recognizing that you're fallible and that you don't have access to some absolute knowledge. Nobody does. Kaylee's my biggest fan for a meteor shower. Kaylee's my biggest fan. Thank you. Whoa. I love meteor showers. That's cool. Would you be in a relationship with someone with a different belief? I mean, I can try. I mean, I don't know if I can do that with a religious person. I don't know. It'd be hard. You can fix her. But, guys, the natural human condition is to be scared, fearful, to be superstitious, to imagine, to dream. So we tend to fall victim to cults that claim to have the answers, that claim to have the solutions, right? That's what religion is. Religion is they give you the mentality that you're bad, that you're evil, that we are all bad, that the world's about to end and we have to get saved. And then they give you the solution. Oh, we have a savior. His name is Jesus, right? He's going to save you, right? It's a way of controlling. It's a way of dumbing us down. But I submit to you that perhaps if you challenge these beliefs, you will see the world in a different way. That's more beneficial. I can't tell you how I see the world. You have to learn, right? You have to learn my perspective. That's all I'm saying here. I already know your perspective. I know what it's like to be a Christian. I know what it's like to believe. I know what it's like to be wrong. I know what it's like to be delusional. But do you know what it's like to be an atheist? Do you really know what it's like to know my perspective? And that's all I'm trying to convey here. My perspective, this secular perspective. That might be a different but more beneficial way of seeing the world. Can you see the wind? Yes, we can see the wind. The evidence is what converted me. What do you mean? What's the evidence of God? There is no evidence of a God. How come we stopped evolving? We didn't stop evolving. We still are. It's just that it takes a long time to see the big changes. It's funny how you were a Christian once. Yeah, it is funny. And that's what kind of drives me to do these lives, because, if I can change, anybody can change. It's not that hard. It's really not that hard to change. And anybody can do it. all I know is that the more I learn about reality, the more I learn about things, the more I learn about people, the more I learn about nature, the more I appreciate it. And understanding things has given me a way different perspective that absolutely makes my life better and the lives of other people around me better as well. Secular humanism, for example, is a fantastic example of this. Very, very amazing people. And the reason why is because, well, religion gives you a book and says this is why you have to do that. Religion gives you a book and says, here's a guidebook and you better do these things. And if you do these moral acts, you will get a reward. So you are driven by rewards. Your morality as a religious person is driven by reward. Right? If you do this, you get to heaven. You get the grand gift. Or consequences, right? If you don't do this, you will burn, right? So your morality is driven by fear and reward constantly, right? You're constantly in that stress zone. Whereas someone like me who is secular, I do good because I want to do good. Not because I'm driven by some fear or some reward, but because I do it. Regardless of the fear or the reward, I do it anyway. That is way more free and pure sense of morality than any religion can be. But also, what do you have to lose if you believe? Everything. I lose me. I lose myself. I lose my critical thinking skills. I lose my skepticism. I lose my rationality. I lose my reasoning skills. I lose my lack of expectations. I lose my ability to think freely and open-mindedly about the world. I lose my ability to think scientifically. I lose my ability to imagine and think of things that are more perhaps greater than a god. False, false, false. I wouldn't be me if I was religious, because I would be a mindless bot. I would be somebody who just believes because they want to. That's not valuable to me. That's not worthy. That's not worth it to me. I'd rather be honest. I would lose my honesty if I became religious. It is not honest to believe in God. It is not. You are dishonest. There's no evidence of it. You have a feeling, which is dishonesty. The pride. There's nothing wrong with pride. I am fucking proud of me. Damn right I'm proud of me. You're damn right I'm proud of me and who I am. I'm not ashamed of having pride. But more importantly, you're the one who has arrogance to the highest level. You're the ones who think that the entire universe was made for you. You are the ones who think everything was designed for you, that you are the main characters of the universe. That's pride. That is arrogance to me. That's arrogance. You think every animal was here so you can eat them and sacrifice them. You think every rock was placed here for us. You think every grain of sand was here for us. We are somehow the beneficiaries of everything in the universe. You are prideful, not me. You're the one with all the pride, all the excessive pride and arrogance, not me. That's arrogance to me. God loves all of us, except for slaves, except for women, apparently. Just read Exodus, just read Leviticus. Your God doesn't love all of us. Only if you worship him. The minute you don't believe in God, you burn, apparently. So, yeah, you think that you have special access to absolute knowledge, absolute morality, because you read it in a book. That's pride. That's pride. That's excessive pride to me. Whereas what I'm doing is I'm saying, no, we're not the center of the universe. We are not even significant relative to the rest of it. But we can make our own purpose and meaning, and we can do things for others because we want to. That's humble. That's a humble perspective right there. That's humble. Somebody who is selfless and says, I'm doing things for others because I want to. Not because there's a reward, not because I'm benefiting from it, but because I do it without the reward. That is humble. Much more so than somebody who says, nope, all this universe was made for me, and guess what? I'm going to get my reward because I deserve an afterlife. I'm owed for sheer existing. I am owed an afterlife. I'm owed justice. I'm owed morality. I'm owed all these rewards, all these gifts. That's not humble at all. You think you're owed all these things because you believe in some magic wizard. That doesn't sit right with me. When I look at things like the pale blue dot, right? You know? How about this? If your God sent you to hell for believing in him, would you believe in God? I guarantee you, none of you would believe in God if you were going to go to hell. See, you're in it for yourself. You're in it so that you could get the reward of heaven. You don't care about your God. You're just selfish. You just want to go to heaven. You just want the reward. It's all about me, 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 me. I want the afterlife. I want peace and happiness. But the moment it's a God who sends you to hell for believing in him, all of a sudden, oh no, well, why is it that no religion, why is it that every God is always a good God? He's never the evil God. Why is that? He's always the good guy. He's always the guy giving you rewards and giving his people gifts. He's never the God who cares about, he's never the God who does anything bad or takes away things from you. It's always the God that gives you stuff. That's weird, isn't it? Is that a coincidence? I don't think so. I think it's something you made up. So, No God would create a face like Mike's. Oh, that's such a loving thing to say. Are you Christian? You must be Christian. I'm so ugly. God is real because I'm ugly. Are you in a relationship? No. Free will is to me nonsensical. I don't see how we can have it. I mean, I'm open to it. I just don't see any evidence for it. My position on free will is in my book. It's not that hard to. Hey Roger, how are you? We can't see gravity, but we know it exists. Well, true, we can't see with our eyes, but that's not how we see things in the world. We don't just see with our eyes. We have many different ways of seeing and measuring things, right? I can take a bottle and drop it, right? That's a way of measuring gravity. That's one way of seeing gravity, right? I don't need to see it with my eyes to believe in it. I need some reason to believe, some way of measuring something. That's evidence. It's not just about your eyes. So when you try to make the analogy that you just don't believe in God because you can't see Him with your eyes, that's not true. It's not. I don't have to see God with my eyes. I need some way of measuring God reliably in a falsifiable manner. In other words, how do we verify that there is actually a God and not just a draft or a wind or a hallucination or a dream or a vision? That's what I'm after. I'm after something verifiable. That's it. You believe in eating vegetables? Don't worry. We'll have the vegan debate tomorrow. You guys can be in for tomorrow. Yeah, there is no justification for eating animals. People must piss you off because you're more nice here. When I'm debating, I am fighting for something. There are times to be aggressive and there's times to be calm. When you're debating, you're never supposed to be just, yeah, okay. Because when I'm debating, I'm trying to drive a message home. I'm trying to expose the countering ideas and as to how bad they are. There's something I'm fighting for. I'm fighting for something. I'm an activist. So there are times to be aggressive and there's times to be calm. So anyway, thanks for the gifts. Everybody go follow me for more debates. Follow my YouTube. Stay curious, keep thinking, and keep learning. Learn. Something we don't do enough of. We think we learn, but we don't. When we scroll on social media, we're not learning. You're being entertained. We don't do enough learning, enough thinking. We have to, if we want to have a better society. Guys, we're the future. We are the future. Guys, in 20 years from now, Mitch McConnell, they're all going to be dead. We're the ones who are going to make the future happen. So if our future is going to consist of people who don't know how to think, we're fucked. We're fucked. Especially now when we have all these major problems. Climate change, right? Food distribution, water resource management. We have all these big problems looming. And people who don't think enough about them, if we can't even grasp the issues, if we don't even understand climate change, if we don't even understand how science works, how are we going to use it to solve these problems that require science? We're the future. We are the future. We are the future. That's what I care about. I care about our future. So if you care about the future, learn, think, use your brain. Learning doesn't stop when you leave school. Learning is fun. It is fun to learn. It's amazing to learn. It's a life-changing experience to learn. So you should be doing it. Because it can make you empowered to change the world and do amazing things. Religion gives us wars. Science gives us rockets to Mars. There's a difference. There's a big difference. Mike for president. Presidents don't have much power in America. We think the president is like a dictator. It's not. Presidents don't have as much power as you think they do. But yes, I mean, being a president does come with lots of power, but you're not a dictator. There's a lot of things that presidents have between them and their goals. A lot of obstacles. Looks like your nose has been broken a few times. Oh, thank you. I love my nose. It makes me me. It makes me unique. And if you think you're going to hurt me by saying that my body is ugly, it's not going to work. Mike for dictatorship. I don't think we don't need a dictator. We don't need a dictator. We need people to think more. That's it. Like, we don't need a dictator. We have enough power on our own. We have enough power as it is. We don't need a dictator. We have enough resources right now to change things. We could. If we were educated, if we learned, if we stuck together, but we don't choose to. It doesn't matter who the dictator is or who the president is. If the people aren't working together, if the people are uneducated, you don't have a country. You have a chaos. You have a anarchy. You don't have a coherent country. It's up to us. Nobody's going to come and save us. Nobody's going to swoop down and, I'm going to save the day. Not Trump, not Biden, not Boopy, not Mitch McConnell, not Genghis Khan, not nobody's going to save us. Nobody. Not Jesus, not Buddha, not Poo-Poo. Nobody is going to save us except for us ourselves. Us ourselves. That's it. And the beautiful thing about this is that we have the power to do it. We have the power to make changes that make life better for everybody. But that's why I care so much, because belief in God is something that drives people. right? Think of the most fundamental thing you believe. It's 99% of the time God, right? So most people are stuck on this God thing. When you let go of the God thing, you're now able to think more clearly about the world. And that's why I attack the God thing so much, because this is fundamental for people. And if I can shake that, well, the rest of it comes down. If I can knock down the foundation to your house, well, the rest of your house is going to come down easier. And that's why I attack the foundation to your being. Because if I can do that, the rest of it will collapse easier. And God is, God is something that people protect the most. It's the most shielded belief they have, right? It's untouchable to them. So if I can break that, well, then there's nothing left to break. So that's the point. This is why I attack the God thing so much, because it's the most vulnerable place that can change people for the better. Can I debate flat earthers? That's maybe, but that to me would be a waste of time. When people debate these fringe belief systems, it doesn't actually do anything beneficial on a large scale. Because it tends to be that the people who believe in these conspiracies, they tend to never change. And for the people who don't believe in these conspiracies, they're not going to be convinced. So most of the time, and studies show this, conspiracies are just they're not actually increasing, they're just reaffirming. People are just reaffirming their beliefs when they look at these conspiracy videos. No, they're not actually gaining any popularity. They're just reaffirmations. So to me, debating about flat Earth is to me a fruitless endeavor. I'd rather talk about the more foundational things, the more important things that actually have a better result. It's funny, sure, but it's not, to me, useful. I want to apologize for being a troll. It's okay. Trolls come with it. I expect the trolls. I expect the hate. I expect the insults. Why would I be here if I didn't expect hate? That would be stupid. You know how much hate I get every day? More than anybody can even fathom. It's hard to understand how much hate I get every day. But I do it because I care more about truth and people. I get more insults than I have ever insulted people on these lives. And people don't realize that. They'll never see it. But I get way more insults than I give out. And the ones I give out, I never go out of my way to do that. It's always something that somebody says that is rude, or somebody says to me that is incorrect. But anyway, I will go now. When I used to be religious, it was purely based on fear of death, but then realized there's nothing to be scared of. People need to suffer. Yeah, the fear of death is something that is also a main driving factor for religious people. People go, the reason why death is scary is because we can't fathom it. Our brains can't make sense of not existing. It just doesn't make any sense. It's not possible. But the way I see death is, I'm so focused on my life now that death doesn't even bother me. Because I'm so preoccupied by this life, by living my life now, that worrying about what happens after I die is the least of my concerns. That's how that's a way more prosperous life, a way better life to me, one where you're focused on life now, the present, the now life, not the afterlife, the now life, right? You're so focused on the now that you don't care about the after. That's how I see it. That's way more pure, way more positive outlook. To me, it's just hard getting there, right? Because again, all these expectations, right? Even asking the question, where do I go when I die? It's a selfish question. Because you're asking, because you're implying in that question that I am owed an afterlife. Where do I go when I die? As if I'm owed something after I die. You're not owed that. You're not owed an afterlife. But we expect it. We expect it. Well, once you get rid of that expectation, no, you don't care if you die. Well, you do care if you die, but you don't linger on that question every day. You don't, and it doesn't let you don't, and you don't let it drive you. You don't let it drive your decisions. That's the problem. When you let these questions drive your decisions, I don't. I'm not focused on it. I'm sure I ask these questions, but I don't pay it too much attention because most of my attention is on the now. That is, to me, a more better way of living. So, I'm owed an afterlife with no student loan debt. Yeah, maybe people who have lots of student loan debt, they'll get an afterlife so they can pay it back. Okay, anyway. So many lost souls. Everybody's lost. Nobody knows all the answers. Everybody's lost. That's one of the main things you should do if you're religious. The main thing you should do is realize that everybody is lost. Nobody has all the answers. Especially not you. Once you realize that you don't have all the answers, then you can start progressing. Yes, some are lost more than others, sure. But the point is that nobody has all the answers. But don't succumb to the Dunning-Kruger, where you think that you know everything because it's all in this book here. That's the biggest mistake you can make, is simply blindly believing because it sounds good, it sounds cute. That's, to me, a very bad approach. Harmful approach. So, I gotta go.